Hi, I'm Isabel from Philadelphia. Please like and subscribe. My mom had an accident when I was only 3, and Dad shifted his multi-million-dollar company to our mansion just so he could give me all his attention. But I soon realized he was too much. He fired my favorite nanny just because I fell off my bed. He wouldn't even let me go to the park without wearing a helmet and protective gear. I looked like a freaking astronaut. One night when I was 5, I left a note for Dad and ran away from home. I knew exactly where I wanted to go first, the park. Finally, some peace. But it wasn't long before I heard police cars screeching outside, and Dad came running to me.
Oh, you fool. I'm never letting you out of my sight again.
I looked at the officers and started kicking and screaming.
Please, help me. I've never seen this creepy man before. Help!
Well, Dad had a lot of paperwork to show before he could take me home. Growing up, he and I were constantly at war, but I always found a way to do what I wanted. And in high school, I even joined the cheerleading squad, without telling him, of course. Once in 10th grade, the football captain Jake invited me to his party, and I knew there was no way Dad was letting me go so late. So once he was asleep, I sneaked out of my window. By the time I got back, it was almost 3 a.m. I was walking through my garden when I suddenly tripped over something that looked like a human body. I almost screamed, but just then, I saw who it was. My weird neighbor. Oh my God, what are you doing here?
I was just lying back and watching the stars, till you ruined it.
Why can't you just watch the friggin' stars from your garden?
I like the grass here better. It's nicer and softer, and the quality is...
Jeez, just shut up and go. As I started walking, he followed me.
You know we go to the same school, right? You don't even know my name, do you?
Of course I do. It's, something with an R or P. Wait. It's Dave. David, okay? You got me. I don't know your name.
It's Scott. You'll remember now because I'm your new boyfriend.
Did I hit your head when I tripped?
No, you just gave me an idea. You're Miss Popular, and I'm just a nerd. Dating a cheerleader is going to be great for my image, and if you say no, I'm going to tell your dad you were out.
Are you seriously blackmailing me?
Yes, I am. Don't worry, it's not forever. We'll date for a month and then break up publicly. So, do we have a deal?
Dating this weirdo would be social suicide for me, but if Dad found out, I'd be grounded for eternity. So, I shook hands on it. I was so not looking forward to school on Monday. I walked down the hall with my face behind a book, hoping to avoid Scott. I didn't find him anywhere, and I felt so relieved. Maybe he was kidding about the whole thing anyway. Later at lunch, Jake joined me, and I was having a great time when suddenly Scott slid right next to me.
Here I am, my lady. Now, what are your other 2 wishes?
Oh my God.
Dude, we're in the middle of something here. Can you go and be weird somewhere else? I'd like to know what you're in the middle of with my girlfriend. Girlfriend? Your girlfriend? Isabel, your friend seems rather stupid. Can you please tell him clearly?
I kicked him hard under the table. Yes, it's true. Scott is my boyfriend.
No way. This is just some stupid joke, isn't it? It is not. I love Isabel, and she loves me very much, and will prove it.
To my horror, Scott jumped onto the table and held out a hand for me. I climbed up very reluctantly, and he whispered,
"You better make this convincing."
I was going to kill him. I kissed him as everyone in the cafeteria watched us and gasped. Jake stormed off furiously, and I dragged Scott outside. What was that? This is not part of the deal.
Well, we have to make it believable. What's the problem anyway? You seemed to be really into that kiss.
I was not. I'd rather kiss a monkey's butt. Now, you listen to me. Just then, a thin goth girl named Irene walked up to us. Scott, are you really going out with this girl?
Yes, I am, Twiggy. Meet your future sister-in-law.
Wait, you guys are siblings? How come she doesn't have a British accent? Because we're both Americans. And my brother's such a loser. Why do you speak like that?
So I can sound more sophisticated. Not all of us just get by in life with a pretty face.
So you settled for a stupid accent? Good job. Also, I wouldn't date a cheerleader if I were you, Scott. She's one of them, and they're all jerks. Before I could defend myself, she walked off. Don't mind her. She's weird. My friends are coming over for a chess tournament tonight, and I can't wait for them to meet my girlfriend. I can't. I have things to do. Like spending the rest of high school in your room? Because that's what will happen when I tell your dad. I'll see you, m'lady. And with that, he left. Ugh! So, he wanted a girlfriend, huh? Well, he was about to get one. The girlfriend from hell. When I went over to his place that evening, it looked like I'd walked onto some geek planet, and they were all staring at me like I was an alien.
Whoa, we thought Scott was lying.
About us being together? Oh no, meeting this cookie monster is the best thing that's ever happened to me. When they set up the chessboard, I jumped into Scott's lap and started picking up the chess pieces. Babe, what's this horsey thing? And what's this one for? I'm really dumb, you know. I don't understand anything.
Can you please leave those alone? I'll explain to you later.
Why are you talking like that to me, Snookums? You think I'm dumb, don't you?
I never said that. Just watch a game and you'll understand everything, okay?
I smiled sweetly, but I wasn't backing down. I kept distracting Scott by playing with his hair, feeding him snacks, and accidentally dropping a drink in his lap. And then, right when they were in the middle of an intense match, I started doing a cheerleading routine. Give me an S, give me a C, and then an OTT. Go, Scotty! I did a cartwheel next and crashed straight into their table, knocking their chessboard to the floor. They all looked so mad, and Scott took me out of the room.
What are you doing? I know you just think we're a bunch of nerds, but this is important to us.
I'm just giving you the girlfriend experience. If you don't like it, break up with me.
Not a chance. You're my girlfriend for the month. Deal with it.
Of course, everyone in school knew by now that Scott and I were dating. And he was everywhere. In the library, during lunch, at my cheerleading practice. A few days later, he even signed up for a hiking trip I was going to. As we were walking, a cheerleader asked us how we'd gotten together. Oh, it's a really boring story.
Oh, she's just shy. It was quite romantic, actually.
What?
She was walking past my house when she slipped and sprained her ankle. I took my t-shirt off and wrapped it around her foot, and then I carried her home. She asked me out because of my rock-hard abs. Her words, not mine.
Oh, I could bash his skull with a rock. And suddenly, I had a brilliant idea. I stopped back to tie my laces and quickly filled up my backpack with rocks. Then I let out a loud cry. Scott, I sprained my ankle again. I don't think I can walk.
Oh, I got you, my lady. Hop onto my back.
And when I did, he let out a loud groan. What is it, Scotty?
Nothing. Totally, fine.
I almost died trying not to laugh. The poor boy was grunting and sweating as he carried me down the hill. And then finally, he collapsed to the ground.
Gosh, Isabel, you weigh as much as a baby elephant.
Did you just call me fat? I burst into fake tears as everyone glared at him.
No, that's not what I meant, babe.
Don't touch me, you jerk. Just then, Jake shoved him aside.
You heard her. Come on, Isabel. Let a real man carry you.
Oh, I think my ankle is feeling better. I can walk, but I'll need some support. I leaned on Jake's arm and started limping away. Served Scott right for that stupid story. Later, I felt bad for what I'd put him through, so I invited him to come with me to my friend's party. I was having a great time dancing there, but Scott was just hanging out in a corner, and I caught him looking at me more than once. Hey, come dance with me.
Oh, I'd rather not. I don't have your moves. You looked pretty great out there.
Why was my face getting hot? Well, I'd like to see your moves.
Okay then, don't say I didn't warn you.
He walked onto the dance floor and started doing the weirdest chicken dance. Everyone stopped to stare and snicker at him, but he didn't seem to give a hoot.
I burst out laughing. He looked ridiculous, and it looked like so much fun. I jumped in and started imitating his moves, and before I knew it, a whole bunch of kids had joined us, and we were all doing Scott's chicken dance. We all clapped for him at the end of it.
As we were walking away, Scott accidentally bumped into Jake and knocked over his plate of food on his shirt. Suddenly, Jake grabbed him by the collar.
You're really getting on my nerves, man. What are you even doing here? Dating some cheerleader won't make you cool. You will always be a loser. Why are you so worked up, dude? Is it that time of the month again?
Jake punched Scott in the face. I leapt forward and pushed him away, straight into a fountain. Don't you dare touch my boyfriend! As Jake screamed furiously, I took Scott's hand and led him out of there. We went to his house and I held up an ice pack to his face. Here, this should help.
Yeah, it usually does.
What do you mean?
It's not the first time I've been bullied, Isabel. I'm a nerd, remember? I've had plenty of broken glasses, punches, and insults.
Scott, I'm sorry to hear that. No one deserves such treatment, especially you.
It's okay. You didn't bully me. You just never noticed me.
Are you trying to make me feel worse?
Is it working?
Yeah, a little bit. His eyes were so lovely up close, and my heart was racing. But just then, Irene walked in, and I jumped back. I should go home. It's late. See you around, Scott. And with that, I ran off. Jeez, was I falling for my fake boyfriend? The next day in school, Irene was participating in an art contest, but just an hour before, Scott and I found her crying in the art room. Someone had ripped her painting to shreds, with a note stuck to it. No place for losers.
It's Jake. He did this to get back at me. I'm going to kill him.
But what am I gonna do right now, Scotty? I have nothing.
Listen, I'm going to run back home and get one of your other art pieces. You have so much amazing stuff. It'll be fine, I promise.
He was out of there like a bullet and was back just before the contest started. The judges loved Irene's artwork, and she actually came in second place. As we were all walking out of the hall, we spotted Jake and his buddies, and Scott jumped forward to attack him, but I held him back.
That's right, Isabel. Keep that loser in check before I kick his butt again.
Sure, I'll do that. And you should go clear your locker, Jake, because you're about to be kicked out. See, you were too stupid to notice the camera in the art room. I asked the principal to look at the footage, and she'll be calling you any minute now. Jake looked at me in shock, and before we knew it, the principal was dragging him off to her office, and he was expelled. A few days later, Scott and I went to the carnival with some friends, and when we were on the Ferris wheel, it suddenly stopped with us on top. While we were waiting for it to get fixed, Jake suddenly turned to me.
So, have you thought about how we're breaking up?
What?
Our month's over tomorrow. We can just break up in the cafeteria so that everyone knows we're not together.
Oh, yeah, of course. And you are more popular now. Everyone loves your chicken dance. You got what you wanted.
Yes, I did.
Just then the Ferris wheel started working again, and I angrily hopped off when we got to the bottom. He didn't care about me at all? Just then one of my friends caught up with me and asked where Scott was. Don't know and don't care. He's just a loser, and I'm gonna dump his sorry butt tomorrow. But the next day, I decided that I didn't want to break up. I liked him, and I needed to tell him. When I got to the cafeteria, I walked over to Scott and said, "Hey, listen, I don't think we should see each other anymore."
Yeah, I agree. You're just a spoiled little princess, and I've realized I'm too good for you.
Scott, this is not what I want.
Are you begging me to stay with you? Don't embarrass yourself, because I won't change my mind.
As I felt everyone's eyes on me, I just ran to the bathroom in angry tears. How could he be such a jerk? Just then, Irene walked in and asked what had happened. Your brother is awful. Guess he'll do anything for popularity, huh? Jumping a cheerleader makes him look good. And you didn't want to break up with him? No, I didn't. But now, gosh, you guys are idiots. He heard you saying to a friend that you were dumping his sorry butt today, so he decided to do it first. Isabel, he's actually in love with you since
forever. This whole deal wasn't about him getting popular. He just saw a chance to get close to you, and he took it.
I ran out of the bathroom to go find him and crashed straight into him. You owe me such a big apology.
I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean a word. The truth is, I don't want to break up with you, Isabel. I want to be your real boyfriend, if you'll let me. I love you.
Wow, you really do have rock-hard abs.
Yeah, even nerds work out. So, what do you say?
I love you too, idiot. And I pulled him in for a kiss.